Hello and welcome back to Webcast News. Let's get started. And first in the news is of a 9-year-old girl who was shot and killed and her 34-year-old mother wounded in Ferguson, Missouri. Jamila Bolden, the 9-year-old girl in this, was just sat in her bedroom doing her homework when gunshots were fired at the house, and unfortunately she was killed in this attack. This happened on Tuesday, and the house is just 1 block away from where the protests took place on the 1-year anniversary of the Michael Brown killing by police officer Darren Wilson. Currently there are no suspects in this, and the father of the 9-year-old girl, James Bolden, has come out and told KMOV that they need any information that anyone can give on this and to give it to the police to try and find who did this. And he told KMOV, do it for a 9-year-old child that didn't even get to see the rest of the world. And on the actual shooting, there are 5 bullet marks on the outside of the house. And as sad a story as this is, it's nothing really new for Ferguson, Missouri. And one of the very few reasons that brought me to actually even say this news story on here was something that Pastor Willis Johnson said. He told KMOV, there needs to be a re-evaluation of human life, whether black, white, young, seasoned, whether in Ferguson or areas considered affluent. He then carried on to say, this has to stop. This epidemic of lost life under false pretense and of no real significant reason has to change. And I don't think many people could have summed that up better than he did there, because it is something that has to change in America. And I feel like, I don't know whether this is just me being from a different country where guns are not prohibited to just be held by everyone, but surely the gun law in America has to change to the point where not everyone can have a gun. I know it's more difficult to do than to say, but you've got to at least try it. And then moving on, obviously, to North Korea, because North Korea are in the news a lot. And this time it's because they have declared a semi-state of war with South Korea. And this has happened because Seoul, the capital of South Korea, have said that North Korea launched a shell into South Korea, and then South Korea retaliated with artillery fire at North Korea. The North Korean shell was reportedly aimed at a loudspeaker in South Korea that was putting out anti-Pyongyang propaganda, Pyongyang being the capital of North Korea. However, thankfully, despite the shell fire and artillery fire, no one is reportedly injured or killed in these incidents. However, of course, North Korea are denying that they started this and are saying that South Korea are using non-existent pretext, or, in simple terms, they want an excuse to fire artillery rounds at a country that they don't like. What I really don't understand, though, is that North Korea apparently shelled South Korea because they were using loudspeakers and anti-propaganda. So North Korea then go and get loudspeakers in vans going through Pyongyang using propaganda to tell people that they are in a semi-state of war. But you're just doing the thing that you've just had a go at another country for doing. But overall, it's just like a petty argument between sibling kids, except those kids have really big, scary weapons. And then because no one really understands the Greek government at the moment, all I can say is that the former Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras, obviously with me saying former, has resigned after just 8 months as the Prime Minister. And he has asked that Greece do their next elections as quickly as possible, him stating that he'd rather have it happen next month. So it would be interesting to see who's next to get the poison chalice that is the Greek Prime Minister job. And then I thought I would end on something a bit more humorous, which is the US presidential race. No, I'm not just on about Donald Trump. PPP, who are a voting polls company, have released some surprising results of a new candidate that is taking some of the states by storm. Now this new candidate is gaining popularity really quickly, and the name is
Deez Nuts.
Now it wasn't just me throwing in a random Deez Nuts clip. The name of the candidate is actually Deez Nuts. And of course, this isn't a real candidate. It's actually the creation of 15-year-old Iowan Brady Olson. who filled in the official presidential candidate form with made-up information for a candidate named Deez Nuts. The campaign was set up, and after about a week, there was nothing. But then, after that first week, the campaign blew up. PPP then did some research into this and decided to include Deez Nuts in a poll, a 3-candidate poll, along with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And on the 4th of August, Deez Nuts got 8% of the votes in Minnesota. Then a few days later, it got 7% of the votes in Brady Olson's home state of Iowa. And then on Wednesday, it got its highest percentage votes with 9% in North Carolina. But I think this is a great news story because it just shows how little a lot of people actually care about politics and how many people really dislike Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton so much that they would rather vote for a fake candidate off a famous internet meme. Well, on that slightly humorous story, that is it for today's video. If you have liked it, hit that like button. If you have any comments to make on any of the stories, the comment section is down below. Hit that subscribe button as well if you do like the channel, and as always, thanks for watching.